Hey, Shalom, Call Halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Hakodash, Shalom to the apostles of the great millstone, Shalom to brothers in the highways and byways doing the works sincerely and faithfully and continually fighting the good fight of faith, Lord willing. We're found that number to be delivered. Now, this is January 1st, 2023, and the sun's shining. People are thinking there's going to be a New Year's resolution, a good time, and bringing in the new year with positive thoughts. They're saying, all right, we're entering into the spiraling of this nation in the downfall of what we know as the structure of Babylon here, aka America. And a lot of people fail to realize, man, the Lord is going to make due on his word. All right. And before the fall of a power, there has to be a decline, a great decline at that. You just don't wake up and you out of power. You see, there's got to be a decline, and the deterioration of what's happening in this place, and the decline and how fast it's going. This is all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, and we're going to start with 2 Ezra 16 and 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famines and great death. All right. These are all the things that we're going to start seeing at a much more rapid pace. We've been telling you from the head apostles on down, and many men, we've been telling you and warning you about the calamities that are set forth by the power of the Lord. Okay? You get tired of hearing us tell you the same thing over and over and over and over. So much so you become disinterested because you're hearing the same things. Well, these are the very things that are going to give you the edge of being able to survive if the Lord will permit. Okay? If you sleeping behind the wheel, you're going to crash. You people are sleeping behind the wheel. All right? And at the end of the day, it's not like, we really care about what your actions are. But as prophets of the Lord, we've been commanded to come out and warn you. So we're under strict obligations to tell you these things. Now, the scripture says whether they hear or forbear, that's going to be on them. But don't look at the servants and say, oh, you guys are still saying that same thing. Y'all played out this, that, and the third. Because that dreadful day is going to come, and it's going to creep up on you quickly, speedily, and suddenly. And then, and only then, are you going to be looking and screaming for help from a prophet of the Lord. All right? Continuing on. It says, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? We have really yet to have experienced any evils in this place, man. Think about it. We have yet to experience any true evil in this place. And we're living amongst the devil. We're living amongst the enemies. Why is that? Because the Lord hasn't given them the true green light to perform all these evils. But don't think for 1 minute that it's just going to, take a turn and not happen. When Jonah went to prophesy the downfall of Nineveh, he was all about it. He was like, go and do that. And when he started prophesying about the downfall of Nineveh, he finally was able to do it. And then he realized that nothing happened. Right? And when nothing happened, he was hoping that the gourd would come down and hit him in the head. Because he was thought to himself to be, a false prophet. But at the end of the day, Nineveh eventually fell. And it fell hard. So if you people think that, what we're telling you is just a bunch of, we're trying to sell you a pipe dream and these things aren't going to take place because the devil's in control, you are sadly mistaken, man. Noah prophesied over 100 years that water was going to come down from the sky. We the servants of the Lord are prophesying in the end times that the Lord is going to make due on his word. Death, famine, pestilence, hunger. And if you can't see it, if you can't see these things actually taking shape, then there's something wrong with you, man. Walmart, a dozen of eggs was $6.39, man. A dozen of eggs, $6 fucking. If this isn't the beginning of sorrows and mournings, I don't know what is, man. You're trying to turn a new leaf. The fact that, it's 2023, let's celebrate, let's bring in the new year, no, it's going to get worse, man. And I'm saying all that to say this, right? Now, down to the nitty gritty here. And some of you brothers may already know about this, but Esau is formulating in putting together the catastrophic contagion. Now, I'm gonna leave a link in the description box, and it's a trailer, so to say. And again, here they go. They like to, put their little tasks, or what word am I looking for? Their exercises, if you will. They put them, they put it together and put it on the video and make it seem real, and give you the old CNN, looking type appearance. They're telling you what's going on. They've been doing that for years, especially in their movies. All right. So I'll leave the link in the description box. Go and check that out. It's concerning the panel that has put together this catastrophic contagion. So let me read a little bit. Let me read this. It's not very long. It says Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security, in partnership with the WHO and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, conducted catastrophic contagion, a pandemic tabletop exercise at the Grand Challenges annual meeting in Brussels, Belgium, on October 23rd, 2022. All right. So when you start reading into this and digging into it, you're going to understand and realize they're going to try to push this thing, in 2025. Now, we the prophets, we hasten in the day. We want this bitch to be destroyed tomorrow, tonight. All right? But the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai has to be fulfilled. Do we want it to go that long? Hell no. Is it going to go that long? I say hell no. I want this place gone ASAP. But we have to keep in mind, let me go back real quick. Let me go back to 2nd Ezra. Now, it says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, right? These things have yet to have taken place. Great sorrows and great mournings have yet to have taken place. Now, you may have a plane crash and, 200 people die on it. And, you may have, a house fire or building fire. And you may have some casualties. You may even have an earthquake where you may have, 400, 500 people dead. But that is nowhere near the grand scale in which we're going to be seeing the amount of great death. Okay? The amount of great death is not talking about, 1,000 people or as they said with the towers, 3,000 people. That's not even a blip on the radar concerning the amount of death that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to put on this place. Not even a blip on the radar. All right? Now, like I said, when you watch the link, it's about what this foundation, the organization or foundation, however you want to put it. I'm not going to say their names just because, but a foundation I'm talking about as you read this. Their projection is 2025, right? And the Lord is gonna shorten this thing up, man. He's gonna shorten it up. He's gonna speed it up. He's gonna shorten it up, as he said he's going to do in the book of Matthew 22, 24 and 22. And it says, and except those days should be shortened. Okay? So you don't think Esau read this? You don't think he knows that the power of the Lord is also, playing the major role, if you will, taking the major lead, if you will? So Esau's going to have to do what? Yeah, he'll tell you we're going to stage this in 2025, but he also knows there's a timeline. He also knows his time is short. So he's going to speed his thing up. I'm telling you, man, you people the shit's going to start happening so goddamn fast. You're going to be like, what just happened? What's going on here? Yesterday we was, people going to say yesterday we was just, having a grand old time. Today we're running and fighting and scrounging for our lives, man. Verse 22, Matthew 24 and 22, and except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Okay? So you don't have much time, man. There's not much time for you to do anything. And if you ain't preparing yourself for the times that are coming, the evils that are coming upon the earth, you will get swept away. And if you get swept away, that was the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Point blank, period. All right? Even us men of the Lord, servants of the Lord, there may be people that we know closely that are probably going to get swept away. All right? So don't make it seem, as if these things aren't going to take effect or affect your life. All right? It's a matter of life and death. And if the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai isn't watching over you and upon you, then it's going to get ugly, man. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get real ugly for a lot of you people, man. All right? So let me continue off on this. It says the extraordinary group of participants consists of 10 current and former health ministers and senior public health officials from Senegal, Rwanda, Nigeria, Angola, Liberia, Singapore, India, Germany, as well as Bill and chair of the Bill and Gates Foundation. And another thing, don't sit here and think that this individual, Bill, is just some average cracker who just happened to make a couple computers and this, that, and the third. Hell no. All right? When you really get down into it, man, as we believe with every ounce of faith in our spirit and every ounce of belief in our bodies that we are the men of old, the prophets of old, who were on the earth prophesying, about many great things. All right? And then taking it deeper, going back to the first fruits, those spirits that were with Yahweh Shai in the creation of this place. All right? If you truly believe that, you have to also believe that the Lord also preserved those very same wicked spirits to manifest themselves on the earth in these last days, man. And this man right here, he is one of them. He is one of those wicked spirits that the Lord preserved for the end times to establish much wickedness upon the earth, man. There's no doubt. You really gotta start really thinking and deep and understanding the dynamics of how this thing is going down, man. These aren't just no average everyday crackers. And it's not even about the money. It's not about the money. It's about the spirit that dwells in these people. People think of Bill Gates, oh, he's one of the richest men on the earth and blah, 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 money, money, money. And that's just a smoke and mirror show. But we of the hopeful elect, we have been given the eye salve to see these things and to know that this man here, one of the most wicked on the planet. All right. It says the exercise simulates a series of WHO emergencies health advisories, board meetings addressing a fictional pandemic set in the near future. Participants grappled with how to respond to an epidemic located in part of the world that then spreads rapidly, becoming a pandemic with a high fatality rate than COVID-19 and disproportionately affecting children and young people. Now, when you go back and watch the clip in the description box, you're going to hear the number of children projected to die by this thing. Okay? Esau, he's warning you, he's telling you, man. All right? We're telling you, Esau's even telling you, even though he's the devil and the wicked, you're being warned from all angles, man. But the best thing about this, that you the thing you should really take away from this, you really can't put too much stock in what the devil tells you as far as truth is concerned. But if he's putting these exercises together, he's putting these drills together, he's pretty much telling you something. But when the men of the Lord then go through the scriptures and link things up through the scripture and then come out and tell you, you best take heed, man. You best take heed. Because you ain't going to get this anywhere else. You ain't going to find it anywhere else. And nobody else is going to tell you. Outside of the men of the Lord who are preaching the downfall and preaching the prophecies, outside of that, you're not getting shit. You're not being fed. You're not getting, the total the total understanding. Excuse me. You're not getting the total understanding of what's happening. You're not being warned. All right? You're not being apprised to the times that we're living in. Okay? So take that and think about it. It said it's going to disproportionately affect children. Why do you think you're seeing these commercials right now about these kids being able to receive that stuff? Why do you think that is, man? This country has always been built off of protecting the children. Okay? And here now, more so than ever, they're pushing that. Make sure the younger generation, they're our future. Make sure we take care of them. Well, they're going to get taken care of all right. Finishing off, says participants were challenged to make urgent policy decisions with limited information in the face of uncertainty. Each problem and choice had serious health, economic, and social ramifications. All right? And by yours truly, right there. All right? So, when you ask yourself, what is this all about? What does this all mean? What does this all mean? It means that the Lord is going to make due on his word, on his promises. All right? And where are we finding this information? Where are we finding this? In the scriptures. I used to say back on the highways, when we on the highways and byways, you remember that spaghetti sauce, ragu spaghetti sauce? And one of the key slogans was, it's in there. Well, everything you need to know is in the scriptures, man. It's in there. 1 Peter 4:7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. All right? 2023, man. It's 2023. We rounding that corner. Man. It's about to get ugly out here. And it's going to be a slow effect. You may have the truckers and the distribution of food slowly declining. And like I said, I was in Walmart picking up a few things, and I seen the eggs for a fucking dozen eggs, man. A dozen eggs was $6. Those bad boys used to be $1.39. All right? And that's just eggs. Something people don't really buy all that much. So if the eggs are going that high, can you imagine the bread? Something people buy every day that consume daily. Your milk, your meats, all these things, man. Telling you people, man, you think Esau is just gonna sit here and just joke around and push and shove all day? Esau's a murderer, man. He's a murderer. And he's not about to just keep pushing and shoving it, because that's really what he's doing right now. He's really just pushing and shoving, going back and forth. But he gonna get to slicing and dicing pretty soon. Taking people's heads off. Now, this is that it's called intravenous respiratory infection, right? A contagious respiratory infection that mostly affects children going up. And of course, they're not going to give you, they're not going to give you the whole real deal underlying side effects, if you will. But know this for a certainty, that when that organization decides to put something out, you don't think they've already tested this shit down in these nations? Let me get back real quick. You don't think these devils hadn't already gone down to Senegal, Rwanda, Nigeria, Angola, Libya, Singapore, India, and Germany? You don't think they've been over there testing their concoctions? Of course they have. All right, and they know what the effects are. They know what the latency period is before, until you get the injection and all of a sudden, whatever it is. They already know these things, man. They've done the math. They've counted the cost. It says, what are the symptoms of EV? All right, EV is intravirus. What are the symptoms of EV? D68 infection. EV D68 can cause mild to severe respiratory illness or no symptoms at all. Mild symptoms may include runny nose, sneezing, cough, body aches, muscle aches. Severe symptoms may include wheezing and difficulty breathing. Well, it may sound like a common cold, such as the C19 with the same type of symptoms, but they're going to step it up. Now, do I know for a fact? I don't. Am I a doctor? I'm not. But history tells you what they're capable of doing or what they're going to do. That's what history tells you. Okay? So you best believe that this intravirus is going to affect who? Primarily and mostly the children. Okay? It says it can lead to acute flaccid myelitis, AFM, a disorder that causes permanent muscle weakness. So a lot of these kids are going to be nothing but vegetables, man. Not able to use their limbs, not able to move their head. Total paralysis, if you will. Most people with EVD68 have mild symptoms and recover without serious problems. Yeah, most people. Okay? But the children, your system has already been broken down. All right? We're talking about a fully healthy system that hasn't been compromised in any shape, form, or fashion, where the Lord has put a defense system in your body where that defense system is flawless. It works exactly the way it needs to. It doesn't need any outside, influences to help it protect itself. And this is where a lot of you people don't understand why you succumb to such harsh illnesses, because of the outside chemicals, if you will, that have been introduced into your body. Now I'm going to a point where this may be clipped, man. This very well may be clipped. But I'll try to give it a nice little title so Esau don't want to, have that algorithm, take effect on it. All right. But all that being said, this is what's coming, man. This is what's coming. Now I read something. Let me click on this. I read something, right? Let me go back up to the top. Where was it? There it is right here. It says, what is introvirus D68? It says, first identified in California in 1962. All right, that's what I want to get. It was first identified in 1962. So here we are, right? Let me just do the quick math on this real quick. Find this here. 2023. Hold on 1 second. All right, so it was discovered in 1962. Here we are, 2023. 61 years it's been since this was discovered. And now you're going to, all of a sudden, just out of the blue, you're going to see a catastrophic amount of people dying from this. All of a sudden. All right? So these mad scientists, they've had this shit in isolation, if you will. They've had it in laboratories. They've froze it, waiting for that perfect moment to be a perfect devil, to introduce the perfect disease, to just do what it needs to do. All right? So that's about it, man. That's about it. I'm gonna put the link in the description box to the video. Check the video out. It's a short video, about a minute and some change. But it's just going to show you and tell you that they're making moves, man. They're going to start speedily making their move. Now again, and I want to stress, I'm not saying it's going to go to 2025. I'm just telling you what they're telling you, what they're saying. Okay? And they also know that they're under a strict timeline. So go figure, they're going to have to speed it up. All right? So Lord willing, you brothers are edified. And I'll see you on another show. I say shalom.